This is part 38 of A Link Between Worlds, and in this part we're going to be getting the final sword upgrade. Thankfully,
awesome.
Which it is awesome.
And that's the reason we're going through the first 4 dungeons that we went through so far in Lorule.
We could get all 4 pieces of the Master Ore, which allows us to upgrade the sword twice. Really cool.
And you'll be seeing here in a little while, we actually will be going to the Lorule blacksmith to get the upgrade. I just love the symmetry between Hyrule and Lorule.
I do too.
They're both in the same area, which obviously they're both blacksmiths.
Yeah.
And, but I like how one did one upgrade and then one did the other upgrade.
Me too. I'm just glad there was something different from Link to the Past.
Yes.
In Link to the Past, you just chuck it in the fairy fountain. And you get it. In this one, you get, like I said, you get that symmetry. I'm a fan. Now that
so we had a little similarity to Link to the Past, but then we also had with the Timber Sword, and then we have a difference with the Golden Sword.
I'll tell you what, I think those that intro video you saw with Hilda again right there, I thought they're just getting creepier and creepier.
They are getting creepy. Which, that's what Lorule's all about, being crumbled, dark, creepy. So it's going along with that whole theme we've seen throughout Lorule so far.
It is, and she's like, Zelda, Hyrule's got its heroes. She's like, I guess your hero's mine
starting to
right
cry.
now.
Well, she's starting to do is cry a lot. She's starting to cry and pout a little bit,
Well, she's letting her kingdom crumble all around her.
While she's talking to a painting. Maybe that's her problem, is she needs to quit talking to paintings, which is kind of creepy in the first place. That if your kingdom is crumbling,
you might want to go sit there.
You're going to sit there and talk. What's talking to the Mona Lisa going to do for you? It's not going to do anything for you. Unless you're Da Vinci.
Yeah,
man, that's something for him.
Now, I was we mentioned earlier, the symmetry with the blacksmith. I like how this blacksmith looks at your sword and goes, "Oh, whoever made this was a skilled man." But he's like, "Not as good as me, though."
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, it reminded me of all the blades from Minish Cap.
Oh, that's a very good point.
He's like, every one of them's like, I'm the best one in the land or whatever.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good reference right there.
I just thought it was a nice little.
Because there was 7 of them.
They're all
he's the best, but no. I'm the best.
And what the funny thing about this is, I wonder if you get your first upgrade from this blacksmith.
You can't.
Oh,
you gotta get your second one from this guy.
Okay,
because it works that way.
That's right. He yells at you to get your
he
attention.
says he's the best. So you get the one that says, "Okay, I'm the best in Hyrule," and then you got this guy right here saying, "Okay, I'm the best overall." So it goes in this order no matter what.
That's what I was trying to wonder. I was like, if you came to him first, if the Hyrule one
he doesn't do
anything,
because right there you saw he
yells at you.
He was sitting at that bench. He yells at you.
Yeah.
If you just have 2 pieces of Master Ore. You can go up and talk to him, but he doesn't yell at you or tell you anything.
Yeah.
He's being lazy.
He's
been lazy on the front porch still is what he's doing.
At least his kid wasn't kidnapped. So.
That's true.
He can get away
his kid wasn't a sage though either.
That's a good point.
But yeah, very good point.
He can get away with being lazy.
Yeah. Wait, whoa. Now here's what doesn't make sense. Now it makes the difference between Hyrule and Lorule, but we got a blacksmith working whose son is missing. And then we got a Lorule blacksmith whose son is not missing, and he's not working. So what the heck is going on?
I never really thought of that. That is such a good point. They
are kind of on top of each other or upside down or whatever.
They're opposites, yeah.
I wonder if Nintendo kind of thought about that concept or if we were just geniuses. We're geniuses.
I know
we're geniuses.
I do like the look of that gold sword, though. I mean, I was a fan of the red one as well, but that gold just looks awesome. And I will say, though, it does make the rest of the game a little bit easier.
Oh, it makes it a ton easier.
I mean, it's 3 times as strong as the Master Sword?
Yeah, sure.
Or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I would think the Timber Sword's double. So, yeah, 3 times is good enough for me. But I
thought you had something there.
No, I didn't. I forgot again what it was.
It does happen. I love seeing Thief Girl again.
Oh, I do too.
Just having a character like that we met much earlier in the game, and to come back and she finally says, "I don't know if I ever really thanked you. So this treasure chest is yours." But I love it. She says, "Just don't ask where it came from."
You know what's kind of cool? Yeah, it is kind of funny. But compared to Hyrule, we had the coward guy. Yeah, and they're and the thief and the coward, they're kind of the same thing right there.
They are
not thieves or cowards. They're not the exact same, but
they're both in hiding though.
Yeah, because they're both kind of cowards and they're both kind of thieves. Yeah. Well, no, the coward guy was just an idiot.
He was just
all his money, but not the same personalities, but similar.
It is funny because she says she's like a thief's town finally freaks me out, so she fled. And that's why she's just hiding out there in the cave.
I was getting there eventually.
With the mask.
I'm not going to say, dude, about halfway through that conversation, I was like, okay, Hick, what point were you actually trying to make? You know how that happens to you sometimes. You're like, now what was I trying to say? But yeah, in a way they're both cowardly because they both ran away from their towns.
Yeah.
Brett, I was going to get there eventually. It just was going to come like 2 minutes late.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Now, this was one of the harder puzzles. I feel like we've said that about 3 of these. But
yeah, this one was.
It wasn't so hard because it was like confusing or anything like the sand one, or almost impossible like the Kuko one. This was just to get the timing.
You had to be very quick, yeah. And like you really couldn't you had to dash straight, but then you had to pass the other one. Yeah. But then you had to brake before you hit the edge.
So you didn't fall off the ledges.
Now I found it easier to use the bombs, as you see, because that allowed you to walk past that first corner. Yeah. Like if you don't throw the bomb right there and get right against the gate, you got to dash on that very first part.
And it's so
which
tough.
is like 3 dashes right there, and that's actually pretty tough to pull off.
I mean, the game obviously must have thought it was one of the hardest ones as well, because we got a 300 rupee prize for it.
Yes, definitely.
And I think most of those rupee treasure rooms is only like 100 or 200.
There's not very many. Now you saw us go past that earlier in the game. I believe we just swiped the bushes. Like you could have gone there a lot earlier in the game. It's just something we didn't do. No reason.
We didn't need the rupees yet.
Yeah, we need the rupees now. That's for sure.
Well, after we spent 888 on the B medal, we need all the rupees we can get.
Such a rip. Well, then the weapons are $1,200.
They are. I think we buy the boomerang.
They don't use the bucks.
No,
in
that exchange rate
or low roll.
Now the boomerang does have a pretty good upgrade to it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it the one that lets us steer it?
No. Ooh. I'm not sure. I am not sure on that. To be honest with you, I've never used a boomerang in this game.
I don't think I did either.
I have no clue.
We'll find out eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
But we won't be finding out in this part, though, because this wraps up part 38 of Link Between Worlds.